Hello, everyone. This is Iowa Joe, and let me take a minute and tell you about Zencastr. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast but didn't know where to begin? If you have, you've realized that you need a lot of different tools and services. Those days are over. With Zencastr's all-in-one podcasting platform, you can create your podcast all in one place and distribute to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. Zencastr is now the all-in-one solution making podcasting easy. It's the ultimate web-based podcasting solution. It provides high-quality audio and video podcast production and hosting. With a full suite of professional tools, podcasters can seamlessly record, produce, and publish studio quality content all from one dashboard. Being a creator has never been easier. Now, when Nick and I started out Backpackers a few years back, we were in the same position and needed a place to start, so we decided to give Zencastr a try. It was great. We could record, edit, and publish our podcast in easy-to-follow steps. Even if later on you decide to rebrand like we did into a HANA Packers edition, Zencastr makes it easy to do without losing anything. I'm saying anything. It's like we stepped back in and had no issues whatsoever. Mike and I are so happy to be back with Zencastr. You'll also find other hosting sites giving you big ideas about helping you gain listeners and downloads and the chance to monetize. But when you read the fine print, you must hit certain goals to obtain those things. Zencastr makes it easy. It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio quality sound and up to 4K audio with your guests. Feel a sense of zen knowing Zencastr's multi-layered backups ensure you always have your recordings in the highest quality, even if the connection is unstable. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use my code OUTBACK, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experience as I do for all my podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story.
And we're back. I don't even know what episode. Isn't it? It's kind of catchy, the song, right?
Dude,
like,
I'm like
that did a good job.
it. I was like,
I know, like I like get into it. I'm like sitting here like, woo, sometimes. We're back with Fun Football Podcast. I'm Isaac. I don't even know what episode we're on. I got my co-host Bill. I think we're like 45. I don't know. I'm not going to count anymore. It's just going to be that episode. We're doing a Packer Regency special. I think we're going to hit other teams. I wanted to come back live. I thought about doing it in April. Bill's going to be out of town next week, so we were like, let's do this. Hope everyone had a great break. Bill, how did you enjoy your break?
oh man, just kind of recharge, do some things around here. But actually, while I'm going to be gone next week, I'm celebrating my 25th wedding anniversary, so I'm taking my wife on a cruise. So yeah,
Where y'all going?
we're going to go to the Eastern Caribbean, Mexico, and Cozumel, all that stuff. So yeah, so
Very
it should be a lot of
cool.
fun. Should be fun.
Nice. We had the guest host cancel, but I have another person who's supposed to be coming on. Chris says, "Hey, and congrats, Bill."
Yeah, thank
We had an awesome show, Blitz, that's on Podcast Boys YouTube. There was a little bit of profanity, so I put it on there. I didn't put it on Facebook. But we have Mary from Mac and Cheese. She's going to be joining us shortly. I'm not sure when, so we're just going to start the show like we normally would. I've been throwing a bunch of stuff up on the YouTube. I'm going to start doing this in the beginning. Please go subscribe to Fun Football Podcast on YouTube. I just put a Packer 4.0 mock. There's 4 mock drafts of the Packers. I've done Packers Bears, Packers Cowboys, Packers Vikings. I literally just made a video today why the Packers should sign Justin Simmons.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in just a second. But please go subscribe. We're almost to 200. We're at like 188 or 189.
That's
so
awesome.
Other than that, got some fun stuff. We'll have another show next Friday. Bill will be on the cruise. Med from Shots will be joining me, and I'm going to bring on a couple of Packers fans, and we'll just cut it up. It'll be a good time. So
Yeah.
we'll be back next week with another show, and I'll have a few in April, and then we'll take the summer off just so people know what the schedule is. So, it's good to be back though. This is kind of fun. So I miss this. Live is different. It's pre-recorded, like just doesn't have the same energy. It just doesn't.
You're right.
I've done a bunch of pre-records. It's just not
Yeah.
the same. So
it is different. It is
Yeah.
different. I like the live too.
yeah, it's more fun. I've heard that. I've been listening to some shows in my break, and people have said that. So, well, let's just get right into it then.
All right.
Before we hit Packers free agency, we joined Ohana Sports Network. Yeah, Chris, the lives are fun, man. It's just different energy.
Yeah.
We joined Ohana Sports Packers Network. They have a show called Mac and Cheese. She's going to be joining us, and I'm going to let her kind of talk more about the network when she joins, when she comes on, whenever she hops on here. I will be joining her for a mock draft tomorrow night. It's going to be fun. I think it is going to be live actually. So tomorrow night at 8, and then I'll be going on Packers with Borders tomorrow night. Right after that, I actually have a busy night slated. I have another mock draft with the mock draft guy before that, and then I don't have anything planned for a week. So 3 things tomorrow night. So
that's when you sleep, right?
I took a 2-hour nap before this, and man, I feel so much better.
I bet.
And I do have a birthday coming up, so I think I'll be taking the week after next off. I'll be turning 36. So, all right. Packers free agency time. And thank you to Shady Sports, as always, for having us at Podcast Boys. That's our network. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Seriously, helping us grow. We appreciate it. And to everyone that's joining now after a long break, thank you. So we got 8 people on, which is cool. So, all right, let's talk Packers.
Okay.
Bill, you want to start with Josh Jacobs or McKinney? I want to hit that kicker, but later. What do you want to start with?
I'll start with Josh Jacobs. I mean, at first, when I first heard Aaron Jones being released, I was like, man, you got a solid runner. You got a solid pass catcher out of the backfield. I was like, man, oh, man. But now I'm kind of thinking, all right, we retained Dillon. We got Jacobs now. Now, is he going to be as prolific as a pass catcher out of the backfield? I don't know if Jacobs – we'll have to see. I mean, that's still up in the air. But as far as there's running and pounding the ball, I think we're going to kind of have our own version of the, thunder and lightning a little bit with Dillon and Jacob. So I'm kind of excited to see that. If he can be even half as good as a pass catcher out of the backfield, but be even a more explosive, powerful runner, I think we'll be better off. And he's younger, less mileage. He's younger. I'm hopeful, especially with this receiving core coming into year 2. They're going to be more familiar with the offense, more familiar with Love. That's going to open up a little bit more. And then any kind of run game, I think we're going to be one of the best offenses in the league.
I hope so, man. I really do. So here's my thing. When they did, and I was out with the wife that day when it happened, because all of it was just like a flood. This was one of those years where we did a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff happened right away. And the thing that got me was it sucked losing Aaron Jones, because I thought it was going to be Jacobs and Jones, and I was excited. And I kind of I'm going to be honest, I kind of feel like they didn't want to lose Jones and Dillon. That's why we still have Dillon, because it was such a cheap deal we got him back on. If Jones had signed for in the 8 to 10 range, if he'd come down from 17 to 8 to 10, we actually would still have the money now. They probably would have to restructure one more guy, but we still would have had the money. We've got a little over 20 mil. We've got the money to go sign a guy like Simmons and still have money for our draft picks and a little bit extra, actually, because we're later in the draft. So the way the salary cap works, I don't know exactly how much, but I know we'd have extra. So I'm kind of I wish we'd kept Jones and let Dillon go, because he is just it's sad. He pulled a Zeke. Zeke started strong. Dillon's yards per carry every season have gone down. And I'm like, that's not a good trajectory. So I'm not huge on the signing. Signing him for the cheap isn't bad, but I'm hoping we still draft a running back. My only concern with Josh Jacobs, there's only one really big one. Okay.
What's that?
It's just that he's been really up and down. When you look at his just pure stats, and I've watched a lot of him, the problem is that we've got Mary, actually. I'm going to just bring her on. Let's do it. This will be perfect for hitting the point.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It was just a rush getting on.
Oh.
No, I know. Family stopped me next door. I live with family, and the little one and everybody stopped me, and I was like, I gotta run. Like, I'm really sorry I can't talk. I took a long nap. This is Mary from Mac and Cheese. Mary, in a second, I'm gonna have you talk about your show on the network, okay?
Okay.
The problem with Josh Jacobs is that he's been so up and down. Like we really just got to Josh Jacobs, Mary. That's really all we hit. Like after having the rushing title, over 2,000 total yards, almost 5 yards a carry in 22, he sat out training camp, came back on that 1 year, I think it was like $12 million deal. And then he really cratered last year, but he was on a bad offense. But his yards per carry went from 4.9 to 3.5. But when you look at the dude, he's had 2 stellar seasons with some mixed, not great years in between. So he's kind of been like this, whereas Dylan's just been like this.
Yeah.
So
My big thing is, I think if we, losing Bakhtiari, we can talk about that one too. I think that was a move they needed. He's barely on the field.
I was for that. Me too. It's sad, but yeah.
It is sad. I mean, he was great. I don't know if he will be great again. I don't know. Hopefully he does. More power to him. But I just hate that we took a loss big time money-wise on that. But anyway, I'm thinking, though, I think Jacobs being more of a just pure runner, I think it's going to help Jordan in the sense that, he can rely on his receivers. He's got 2 great tight ends now, too. That's going to open that up. And then, having to stop the run with a basher with Jacobs, which Jones could, tough yards too, but he's more, I don't know. Like I said, he's kind of a little more finesse. I mean, he was tough too, don't get me wrong, but we're going to miss the pass catching out of the backfield. I know that, but I think Jacobs will make it up with the just pure power rushing. So
I'm hoping he's motivated too after, having a bad season, them just being totally fine letting him go. I hope he has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Mary, I want your thoughts on Jacobs, and then we're going to pivot away from McKinney. We'll hit it in a second, and I want you to tell people about your show. Normally I would have done it right at the beginning, but we were like right in the middle of the Jacobs thing. I wanted to finish it. So what's your thoughts on Josh Jacobs? Did you like the signing?
Yeah, it's exciting. At first, because I was talking to Angry a little bit before. He's my co-host, as I'll talk about soon, apparently. So when I saw the signing, I thought Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs would be together at first. Like, that's how I was like, thunder and lightning. I was very
That's exactly what I thought.
But I don't know if you guys mentioned this or not, but he hasn't had a passing touchdown ever with the Raiders, ever.
What's funny is I heard that point on your show, your episode. Was it Packers Without Borders? Was that what you were on? Or was it?
I did on Mac too. I've said it on both. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. So she was also on Packers Without Borders, Bill. The show. I'm really excited. They had Christian Watson's dad on this morning. But it's a great show. Go check it out. It's on Spotify. It's audio only, but it's awesome. It's great. Seriously, check it out. It's worth it. So yeah, she said Josh Jacobs didn't have a passing TD. That would be so cool if we had a trick play designed for him for this year. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah. I've seen that. I'm not sure if it's true, but I've seen that. I think
that'd be cool.
Or something. I don't know. I saw it somewhere.
Really quick on the receiving thing. The funny thing is, Josh Jacobs actually has averaged like around 250 yards ish receiving. He had 2 years ago. He had 400 yards receiving for the Raiders. Jacobs did, and the most. And Aaron Jones has only passed that once in his career. Now, he's probably been a little bit more consistent, but I don't know if that's going to be a huge drop-off, hopefully, based on what I'm seeing. But I'm also hoping he has tread left on the tires. So we're going to see. All right, Mary. So this is Bill. I'm going to do the proper introductions. He is my co-host. We worked at a school in North Texas together. That's our background. We did a pick'em for the last 3 years.
Yep.
And this will be upcoming. This will be year 4. And me and Bill have done a pick'em. And I was like, dude, why don't we, like, I was starting to show, I was like, why don't you just come on and we do this pick 'em with me? Because we're talking on the phone for freaking
Right.
45 minutes a week anyways, and sometimes longer. We were doing our own podcast before we were doing a podcast. And then when I started, I was like, dude, you got to come on. So he joins for most of the fun football episodes and some of the blitz ones. And I was like, we gotta just do this like together. Like I started a few episodes, but I was like, by yourself sucks.
It's so hard by yourself. It's so hard.
Yes.
It's scary. I was doing audio only, talking at a computer. I had to try like 5 times each. Man, it was brutal. Seriously. So we're actually pretty new too. We just started in September.
Right.
So we're at like, we just hit the 6-month mark. So,
right.
So
I think
yeah.
we're about to hit it actually, or we might have. I don't know. We started in November.
November? Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So where can people find your show?
Yeah.
Good question. Sometimes I don't even know. It's a lot to keep track of. So you can find us at Ohana Packer Edition. I know you guys are partnered with them now too.
Yes.
That's
yes,
great.
we are. It's not in the video yet. It'll be in soon.
Oh, okay. Spoiler alert, I guess. So we partnered with Ohana like a couple weeks ago. It's been really fun with them. You can find us on YouTube. I know Isaac and I had a conversation about that.
Mhm.
But tonight,
I found out YouTube lives just don't work. We'll talk about it later. I'll stay on with you if we end early enough for a few minutes after, or we can talk about it tomorrow. But yeah.
So this is going to be our last live stream tonight on YouTube, officially.
Okay.
And our videos go on Ohana Packer Edition, and you can find us. I think the on YouTube is Mac Podcast 365. I think. And our Twitter is Mac Podcast 2023. We only call it Mac because it's Mary and Ingrid she said together, and one of our friends, artist Emily at Mac, does our artwork for the podcast. So she did our logo and my personal logo as well for my channel as well. And yeah, and I do Mac's social unless if Ingrid takes over.
Very cool. Why did y'all? I got a couple. I'm gonna do this just a tiny bit interview style. And Bill, if you've got any, throw them in, okay? Just for a minute, and then we're gonna pivot right back to free agency. But I wanted to do this at the beginning. So, one of my students is on. Hi. Okay. I'm just gonna cut to her really quick. I had to give her a shout out. Hey Shay. Why did y'all start the show? What made you want to do it?
Oh Lord, I literally just told my friend I knew we would be talking about this. So it ultimately goes back to Tom Grossi, believe it or not. So one of
who's
Tom
like
Grossi,
you want to get him on their show so bad.
Yeah. You know why? So one of Tom's biggest quotes is, "If you can do it, or if you can believe in it, you can do it." Kind of. So and one of my favorite quotes is "Happily Ever After" from Disney. So it like just works out. Like we want. So my podcast, or I started the Life with Mary podcast back in October. So this kind of falls in line with the Mac podcast timeline. So I did my first 3 episodes by myself with someone else. Like I had Emily, James, and Ingrid. So then after Ingrid's episode, because I was like getting job interviews, right? So I was like, hey, I might need a co-host soon. Do you want to hop on? So, and then he said, yeah. And then we were trying to come up with a channel name together. Like I said something longer before. And then I was like, hey, do you want to do the Mary and Ingrid? She said. And then he shortened it to Mac. So then we just like did the Mac and Cheese podcast. We did Cheese because we're Packers fans. So all of us are Packers fans on the show. And then one of our first guests, believe it or not, is Tom Grossi's best friend, Urinating Tree, who does Clickbait Sports, who is a Steelers fan. So that was our big come out into the podcasting arena. And now here
very cool
with almost 25 subscribers.
Nice. Hey, it's hard to grow. Like this has been a grind, man. I've put way too many hours into this thing. That's why I took a break. Bill knows I've been plugging away. So like getting growth at all, like I've looked up, there's so many people like have done it for, sadly, like on average, most people only get like 10 to 20 listens. That's why I moved away from audio only, because it just wasn't working. Chris can relate. He understands it's a grind. He's done his show for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
I'll be hopping back on Entertainment Man with Med talking Podcast Boys. And I wanted Bill, I think me and you eventually should hop on there and talk fun football together. Okay. That'd be fun. That'd
Sounds
be cool.
Good.
Yeah, to a point of burnout. And then Shay's back. She said you're the best. I'm her teacher. So thank you for listening. I can't believe she remembered on a day off school too. That's pretty sweet. We don't have school today.
Yep.
One last question for you, unless Bill, do you have any questions?
No, I mean, well, I guess one question. Is this affiliated with like another major like podcaster or anything, or what?
Tom Grossi?
Yeah,
No,
I
you know what's
know,
funny? I honestly just until recently I hadn't heard of him either. I'll send you.
What?
He's I know.
Okay.
My wife was actually the one before Mary brought him up. I didn't know who he was. I feel so old.
Okay.
I didn't know who Tom Grossi was.
Wow.
Mary, tell us about Tom Grossi. You're the expert.
Yeah. So Tom is NFL Fan of the Year. He won it this season. He raised over $500,000 for St. Jude recently in the last offseason. And apparently, we don't know what it is, but people are speculating what it is. He's going to announce something at this year's draft, round 1. He live streams games. He live streams like WrestleMania, or he did WrestleMania for the first round of it, like going to WrestleMania. And he does sagas like North, East, West, and South sagas, like where he so he used to be a comedian actually. So he puts comedian work into his YouTube work. So, and then that's how Tom, and then so over there on the other wall, right behind me, or not right behind me, on the other wall, I have a flag signed by Tom Grossi himself. So during 30
if
and
you
30,
want to move to it later, that'd be cool to see it, but no worries.
I'll just turn off my camera really quick. So during 30 and 30, 30 and 30 was where he went to every single stadium in the NFL. So all the teams, there's 32, yes, I know, but 2 of them share. So he, and all the money, he got a tour for most of them, not all of them, because some of the teams said no, he couldn't get on. So then he went to Tampa, because Tampa's like an hour and a half away from me. As Isaac knows, I know. So I went to that one, and his editor, Johnny Barks, he edits all his videos. So Johnny and Tom visited all of the stadiums. So my friend Justin, one of my guest co-hosts, which he's going to be on tonight apparently, we basically went and met him, which I know Isaac knows part of this too. Tom's just been a great influencer on me and a lot of other people. He says a lot of people don't give him credit at all, which Tom, if you're listening to this, which I hope you do.
Oh gosh, that'd be great.
I mean, we got told what to do. Just tag him in everything. If Tom listens to us, thank you so much, Tom, for all you do. We appreciate your work all the time. So as I mentioned, his sagas, the Northeast, West saga, South sagas, his music person that writes his music for those shows actually follows me on Twitter. So that's kind of fun. So he's doing the Broadway tour for Mamma Mia right now, currently. So that's fun.
Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
Yeah. And then, so Clickbait Sports is a show that they do every Friday. It's Urinating Tree, which is Steelers fan. Brandon Perna, Broncos fans. Tom Grossi is a Packers fan, obviously. And then it's Scooter McGruder, which is a Cowboys fan and a Giants fan.
Yeah, I know him. I know of him. I don't know him personally. I wish I did, but
okay.
Yeah.
So every Friday, or most Thursdays now, I can't say every Thursday because I've skipped some weeks. You guys, stop doing that. They do a show and talk about NFL, baseball, basketball, whatever season, hockey, whatever season it is. So this week they did free agency, and last week whatever. And at the end, so they do a live stream. It's an hour to 2 hours. And most of the time it's an hour and a half. At the end, so they do donations. So for donations, it's like a punishment to them. So like 1 week. So for one of the punishments, it was like Tom has to wear a Vikings jersey and wear it the whole show. But the thing is,
I like that. I like the jersey bets.
The chat says what they have to do. So the people don't know what they have to do. It's the chat that comes up with it. So people in chat, you guys can donate to these 5 channels and help choose punishments. And so far, it's been going in a circle, kind of, because I've been watching Clickbait from the start, like 2.5 years ago. So Tom's been losing it a lot. So is Brandon Perna. So because Brandon Perna's a Broncos fan, Taylor Swift comes into play.
Wow.
He has to dress up as Taylor Swift and make as many music references into the Clickbait Sports episodes.
Wow.
And one thing to know is Tom Grossi is vegan as well. He is a Packers fan, but he's completely vegan. So one of the episodes he has to make muffins, apparently. I don't know the reference of that, but in his podcast there's many references to Clickbait, most of them. So then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, he does a show with Brandon Perna called GPS, which is Packers and Broncos and NFL related.
Cool.
And so during 30 and 30, I know I'm talking about him, but your audience should know. During 30 and 30, he got in the Pat McAfee show, Rich Eisen, and NFL Network.
Love Rich Eisen
Recently.
Wow.
So he's huge out there.
Yeah.
I tried reaching out to a mutual contact. I reached out to someone on PackersTalk.net, Bill. They do Packers Weekly. I'm trying to remember the other name of the other show at the moment. They have another show, but they have a website, and they actually interviewed Tom. And I was trying for Mary to ask if he could connect us. He said, I interviewed Tom, but I don't Yeah, he was like, I feel weird about I was like, yeah. So I'm going to keep trying to build that connection. But yeah. All right. Well,
Is
Mary,
there any more questions about the podcast or anything?
Yeah. What's your because I know where I'm aiming for. It's going to be down the road, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But since we went to video, we've seen growth for Fun Football.
Yeah.
A lot, actually, especially with the mock drafts. What's your goals for the podcast and for the network?
So I say one of our main goals, actually, it's funny that you mentioned this because your dating tree actually asked us this question. So at the end of our episodes, people get to ask us questions, actually, is how we do it. So that question was first asked. And we said we want to live stream games sometimes.
That's cool. I like that.
Games. Just commentate it as if it was NFL Network.
You know what's funny is one of the guys on my network on Podcast Boys, who's also a Packer fan. You may want to talk to him. I'll send you his info after this. He's got a pretty good YouTube channel. He's only 18 too. Bill hasn't met him yet, but I'm doing a mock draft with him on Sunday. So Bill, if you want to, it's not a pre-recorded one, but he does do that. And it's actually had a lot of success for him. He's the one who helped me with my YouTube channel. I'm just going to call him out right now. It's Link from American Football Network, and I know the name Network's in the title, but he joined Podcast Boys, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. He's got 1,300 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
He's only 18. He just monetized his channel. His name's Link, and he's awesome. And he helped me fix my YouTube. Now it's just honestly, if he hadn't helped, I don't think it would have taken off. And now I've had a few videos hit over 1,000, just one yesterday. So honestly, he's the one who helped, because otherwise, I learned, and I'm going to share it all with Mary so that their show can take off. He helped me beat the YouTube algorithm with the titles. The thumbnails are huge. Mm-hmm. You have to put certain stuff in the title, and then the length of your shows. And that's why I started talking about it with Bill. Shorter is better. Now we're doing a live show right now.
Right.
But I did a mock draft last night that was 11 minutes for the Packers, and that's the one that's over 1,000 right now. So length matters so much, and then the thumbnails matter. I'm still bad at making those, so I just do I took Powers Johnson. I just put Powers Johnson the center. I just put him on the thumbnail, but it worked. So he shared a lot of information with me that really helped my YouTube, and I also learned live is bad on YouTube. So this is not going live on YouTube right now because YouTube doesn't put it. It basically just stops it. My biggest one was 50, 48. It was that NBA one, and then once the live is out, it might spread it to 4 or 5 people. Whereas if you have an episode that gets 1,000 views, it probably reaches about 30,000 eyeballs. The one from yesterday, I haven't looked on the impressions, but it's at 1,300. I bet it got 30,000 eyeballs. So YouTube just stops putting it out once it's live. Now, the only reason they're good is if you have a huge following and you're going to have a few hundred people watch live. If you're not, it's not worth it. So eventually I'd like to do YouTube lives, but until you have a big enough following, they're just not worth it.
Mhm.
If you're only gonna have 2 people, it might hit 5 to 10 people. It's just not.
Yeah.
That's just the way YouTube is. So
And like you said,
I've
they-
been testing it, and I tested the theory a few times, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yep." He told me that I did 3 lives. I
Mhm.
watched the same thing happen every time. Now I pre-record. Like this will go on YouTube later tonight,
Mhm.
and I'll send Mary the audio for
Yep.
Ohana. But yep,
Oh, thank you.
that's what I learned. So yeah.
So like you said, big channels. Tom Grassi is actually one of them. He has over 600,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
637,000. I just checked.
Yeah, he's huge. If we
Man.
ever got him on, Bill, we'd be like,
Oh yeah.
If one of us gets, wait. If one of us gets the connection, the other one will. Is what I'm thinking.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah,
I'll
exactly.
gladly
reached
share
out
that
to,
with you guys.
I'm gonna call him out right now. I don't know if they're listening. I hope they are. I reached out to Ike Packer's podcast. That's one of the biggest Packer podcasts. It's like 90,000 on Twitter, and they responded. I talked to them a couple times, and they said they might be down for something after the draft. So I was like, that would be sweet. That's the way I think to make it in this. So
Yeah.
my goal is we just
Networking.
keep going with it.
Network.
I want
Big
to.
people.
I feel like making it would be getting a sponsor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Any sponsor. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we might actually have one, Bill. I hadn't broken the news to you yet. I'm gonna just
Oh.
break it on the air. My
Wow.
dad may run it, may go co-manage and technically own, although his friend would own it, a
Okay.
campground in the Ozarks.
Yeah.
And if he does it, they're gonna be a sponsor for us. So at the
Really?
beginning, I'm gonna be nice while they're in the red, but it'll be mutually beneficial because I'll be promoting them, and
Right.
I have a really strong feeling it's gonna work out well for them. It's like 220 acres in Missouri.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So his buddies, it looks like it's pretty promising. So I hope it lands. So
Yeah, you have to give me more details on that.
So Mary, I'm gonna come to you some more at the end. I want to hit. Because I've been dying to talk about it. So this softened the blow for me on Aaron Jones. When I found out we got Xavier McKinney, I was like, yes. I was like, okay, it hurts still,
Yeah.
but that was our biggest need on our roster. And if you watch Jeff Hafley's press conference, he explicitly talked about safety. And this dude, while he hasn't been a Pro Bowler yet, he should have been. If you look at all the metrics on the guy, he's only 24 years old. I was totally fine with the price point. I don't know how, but it came in at 4 years, 67 instead of 68. And Josh Jacobs, actually, I was shocked by this. When I looked on Spot Track, the way they worked his deal because of the signing bonuses, he's only a $5.3 million cap hit this year. So it actually saved the Packers about $12 million to go from Jones down to Jacobs. McKinney, his deal comes in around $17 million a year, but safety is an important position in the league. And if our defense is going to get better, we have to improve there. As much as I like Savage, it was time to go. Yeah, that pick 6 in that game showed you that glimpse of potential we saw when we drafted him in the first round that for me never came to fruition. And as decent as Owens was at times last year, I walked into free agency thinking we're going to cut back Tiari and Walker's going to start for now. Hopefully he can hold it down. We're probably going to let Runyon go, which we did. And we're probably going to let both of our safeties go. And I was right. I was hoping Preston Smith started to slow down a little. I'm still torn on that. But I wanted to cut Campbell. I loved him, but injuries and age have caught up to him. So that's for me. That's my thoughts on it. I'm killing Mary here. Mary's like, no, my favorite players.
I like Campbell too. Yeah.
But he looked a little slow last year. He really did. It's hard, but at his money, we either keep paying a guy $14 million a year, or we draft someone that's younger that could potentially be better. That was my thought on it. But what'd y'all think of the Xavier McKinney signing, Bill? What'd you think of it?
I think it's great. I mean, if you look at our corners that we have, we got some all pro corners, lockdown corners, and now with a safety that can, take advantage of our great corners. They can fly around, maybe do some, cut in front of another defender, pick off, come up and blitz. I think that was a need I had down that the Packers needed to address, and they addressed that with the free agency. Normally they don't. They try to address it in the draft, but
they actually did it.
I'm surprised. I'm happy as a Packer fan. Finally, we are doing something in free agency because we for years and years just drafted.
I know, right?
You know.
We actually did it. We took a swing. That shows faith in Jordan Love,
Yeah.
even though they haven't extended him yet. It showed some faith. Mary, I can tell I hurt your feelings. I can tell I struck a chord there. Which player was it?
That's not fair. No, it's the fact that Dre is from Florida. That's why.
Oh, gotcha. So she's in Florida. Yeah. Were you in Florida, by the way?
What?
Were you in Florida? Share with everybody. I know, but
I'm in Southwest Florida. Southwest.
I'm so jealous. Like you're like on the. How far away from the ocean? Like are you? Like steps?
I'm far away from steps. Like, so my local beach is the one that Hurricane Ian actually hit.
Ooh.
So that sucks. Like that's like our beach, but it like flows into the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
So the reason why I was at with the Packers right now, and the Packers in general, Sammy Watkins, Southwest Florida.
Yeah.
Andre Campbell, Southwest Florida.
So some local ties. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So Devondre, so when he became a Green Bay Packer, I actually moved to his hometown state, like his hometown, like where he went to high school. So it's like a close connection. And then same thing with Sammy Watkins. I actually met Sammy Watkins' cousin, which is actually funny, or a fun fact, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Neat.
That I make.
So what did you think of McKinney? Were you excited though?
I was okay. Here's the thing. With McKinney, I saw the Eagles sign him, and I was like, "Wait, what?" Like, questioning it. Like, from
I saw that rumor too. I was like, I thought we landed him.
Yeah,
or gonna land him.
Right. I saw like that Philadelphia landed him, and I'm like, wait. And then I know he's a fake account sometimes, not all the time. But I'm like, maybe it's true because you never know. And then I saw other people do that as well. So I'm like, maybe it's not true. But then it's like, after a while, like I'm the same way with Isaac. I was actually at the grocery store when we signed him. So I was like pumped up. People saw my reaction probably. It's okay. They don't know what happened.
I had a day off and it was spring break and I was at the mall. So I was excited. Because I was willing to let go of Runyon because that was the weakest spot on our offensive line except for maybe center. But the safety thing, I was like, man, if we let these guys go, I don't want to go draft both of those positions because two young guys with a team that has playoff aspirations and possibly further in the future, we got to get this down. So, okay, I've got some more free agency stuff. Just because I know, Mary, you've got a show in about 40 minutes. So I want to. Okay, so we re-signed Corey Ballantyne, not Valentine. I like that move. We re-signed Tyler Davis. That was fine because we've got two tight ends. That was for depth because we let Dejean go. I wasn't sure about the price, but when all the changes happened, re-signing Nixon was interesting because for me, I'm hoping it's more of a returner move than a corner move because I didn't love him at corner. He had games where he looked great, but he also got torched several times in some. I mean, like that Giants game, that the last drive they were targeting him. So I'm hoping we draft a corner so that he's not getting as much time in the slot.
Yeah,
Mary's still here. She's audio only for the minute. And it was an expensive deal. It was $7 million a year. Did you like the Nixon re-signing, Bill?
I really didn't.
It's tough, right?
It's
like these rules changed the kickoffs, so it's supposed to help because he's an electric returner. So I'm trying to weigh that in. I still feel like they could have gotten him for like $5 million a year though instead of $7 million.
But is his return game enough to justify the salary?
Check this out. I just found a stat on this just now.
Okay.
In 2 seasons, he's number 2 in team history with an average of 27.5 yards per kickoff return.
And with the new rule, and like you said, with the new kickoff rule, trying to encourage teams returning the kicks, maybe this will come out and it'll pay off. Hopefully,
don't hip drop tackle though. Don't hip drop tackle people.
Yeah, right.
Mary, did you like the Nixon thing, or did you want him to go?
Hey, he's up in Florida.
Is every one of our players from Florida? I actually looked this up.
Okay, some of them I love for different reasons though. But not just for the Florida reason, but some of them. Like Lucas Finesse is an exception. I've loved him before draft. So that's what he
I
put
hope
Peter.
Van Ness gets some run this year. He looked explosive.
Yes.
I hope he takes over this year. I really do. So did you like the price for Nixon, or were you
I
thinking?
thought it was too high at first. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
I
what I
thought it was
thought
too
too.
high. But after I saw the new kickoff rule, I think it makes more sense for it.
And I'm kind of going in order here. What did y'all think of Dylan? To me, that was like a fear of losing Dylan and Jones. I think that's the only reason they brought him back, because it was such a cheap deal. It's not like a vote of confidence.
Mhm.
When you look at his, like, literally, he was like, I think he averaged like 3.4 last year. It was, I don't know. I would have been fine letting him go even at that price, honestly. Were you guys a fan of him last year? Like, honestly, it looked like he was losing tread quickly. And he's a complimentary back. He's not even a full-time back. But when we had no running game weeks, when several weeks when Aaron Jones was out, and
Yeah.
Dylan was in a lot of those games, it's just
Mhm.
I'm not a I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, like with Dylan, to me, when we had Aaron Jones, he had that explosive quickness to, hit outside it. Dylan he's just more the power runner, which, you do need at times, especially, you need 1 yard, 2 yards,
Mhm.
hand him the ball and he powers and gets that to you. But now with Jacobs, I'm thinking we got that now. So what is
know.
Dylan gonna do? So I don't know. I'm kind
Like
of
Jacobs is similar to Dylan. Dylan like had games and times where he looked explosive last year, but it reminds me of watching Zeke, where I'm watching and it looks like I can watch it fading in real time. And he's only 26, and I'm just watching it fade. And I'm like, I think we should let him go and just draft the 2 running backs. But I don't think they wanted to have to draft 2 running backs in this class. It's not a super, like, I like some players in it, to be honest, but it's not the strongest running back class. So, Mary, what'd you think? Were you for the Dylan, or
Um,
where's he?
so-
Wait, where's he from? Florida.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I know he's from Boston College.
He's from Boston
Boston,
College.
yeah.
Come on.
I just said it.
So someone made a good point on Twitter is Dylan is like a little mixture, or Jacobs is like a little AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones. So I'll be honest, I really didn't like AJ Dillon last season. I thought as soon as I saw the Cowboys were interested, and remember guys, the Cowboys were all in.
Oh yeah.
True.
So I thought
if we had time, I wanted to hit the Cowboy thing because I've been on them this offseason. I live near Dallas, and this is me and Bill both do. He
We're
lives
in Dallas. Yeah.
northwest of Dallas. I'm south of
Okay.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Yep.
And all I hear is Cowboys and all this crap and all this all in. Sorry, Mary, I have to jump on this one. This is just awful. I said they're going to be under their win total because they have 7 draft picks, but 2 are in the 7th round and 1's in the 6th. They lost 8 starters. Like, they are not all in on anything. I think that they know they're not all in, actually. I think, in fact, they don't even fully believe in Dak, because it would have made sense for them to extend him now and free up money if they were really all in. And I think they know that he's not the guy after that Packer game. They knew it before, but I think the Packer playoff game cemented it, because, like, I've argued this with some Cowboy fans, and if you're watching, I'm sorry. You got to show up. He didn't show up in the first half, and the whole team didn't. It's McCarthy's fault too. CeeDee Lamb looked terrible in that playoff game, guys. But Dak also was awful. The pick 6 was backbreaking. The other interception was terrible, and he threw a third one that Campbell dropped in the first half. He didn't score and start playing good until the pressure was off. So sorry. I've been all on the Cowboys this offseason, so I had to stick that point. I got one last free agency question for both of you, and then Bill wanted to play a kind of a game, Mary.
Yeah. Okay.
We wanted to look at I didn't toss this to you, but it'll be fun.
Oh,
We wanted to look at the opponents and predict how many wins we think they'll get, because they haven't released the schedule, but we know who they're playing. And I've got it up, so we can do that after.
Yeah.
What did y'all make of Greg Joseph getting signed to push our kicker? Mary, you want to start?
Go, Mary.
Oh, Lord. So he's not from Florida. So do we know? Okay, here's the thing. Do we know his jersey number, though? It might depend on that.
Ooh, let me look. Hold on.
Oh, I don't know.
That's
a good question.
On there.
A lot of people think that he's just a mechanism to push Carlson. but
Well,
they're spending
he
money
only-
on this mechanism. So
He only signed a 1 year, 1.3 million. So I mean, it's
yeah,
you know,
it's like the same price as Dylan. It's super cheap.
yeah.
Hold on.
Is it out
Actually, I
yet?
might have it.
It wasn't out before. I
To
checked.
provide, no, just competition. Let me see.
That's boring.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
It's like, yeah, we know it's competition.
Mm.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have signed him.
Right. It's like, so we kind of predicted this on Mac, actually, like what jersey number they would get.
No.
So we predicted 0 a lot for him.
Okay.
Let me see
I
if he's
said two.
on.
I
Is
said
he-
2 as well. For
I was gonna
Is
say-
he on the roster technically? Like, have they
yeah, he's
officially
on the
signed him?
roster. I checked today.
So
Yep.
2, check Packers.com or whatever. See if it.
That's what I'm on, actually. I'm on Packers.com.
Okay.
Greg Joseph, it looks like he's going to be. Let me see. Hold on.
They hate me.
Nothing yet. They haven't announced
Yeah.
it. Sorry.
Okay.
No announcement. He's on Packers.com officially, though. Like, because I
Okay.
knew we signed him. I just didn't know if we, like, you know, you agree and then officially signed. So, hey, Chelsea.
She's
Hi,
part of
Shay.
the-
I'm going to go to some comments really quick. Thanks to the 20 people watching. That's the second most. I appreciate it. Well, most of Fun Football. So thank
Yeah.
you guys
I
for
was gonna
watching.
say, Chelsea's part of the Mac raid. That I told you
Oh,
guys.
nice. Very
Oh, really?
cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, she's part of. She watches us a lot on
Cool.
like, YouTube, Twitter.
So,
Facebook, you know,
This is good because I'm doing another Fun Football next week, and I know we've got a deadline. We got like 30 minutes for Mary. So what I'd like to do is do the Packers opponents, a little bit of draft stuff, and if we have time, we can talk a couple other signings, like the Kirk Cousins overpay that the Falcons just did. Oh, and the fact that the Jets just got Hassan Reddick today. That's brand new. The Jets the Jets look all in. They're all in on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting because they've actually made some great moves if he can hold up. Like Hassan Reddick for a 4th-round pick, conditionally, is a steal. The dude, how many sacks did he have last year? He's at 27 the last 2 years. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, okay. So here's the opponents. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write them down so I'm going to tally them for y'all. I'm just going to list their opponent because we don't know when they're playing them.
Right.
And you guys tell me if you think it's a win or loss, and I'll count up our totals, okay? You ready?
Sure.
Okay, so I got Mary, Bill, myself. I'll go last, okay? They got the Bears at home. Win or loss?
Wait, for Packers? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Win. It's a win.
Win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Win. I'm predicting NFL data. I hope you're watching. We're beating you guys. It's been 10 in a row, and it's going to be 11. I don't care if you have Caleb Williams, who will be a bust with y'all because you guys can't get a quarterback in the last 100 years because you just can't do it. So, okay, Detroit Lions at home in Lambeau.
Oh Lord.
That's tough,
Win.
right?
Win.
I'm gonna go win at home.
At home, yeah.
Okay, the
Yeah.
Vikings at home. I'm going win.
Yeah,
Win.
win. Like, who's their quarterback? Like, all we know is Sam Darnold.
I think it's gonna be JJ McCarthy. I really think they're
McCarthy,
gonna draft
yeah.
him.
They're
This
gonna
is
probably
fun. The Cardinals at home. I know they're gonna lose one. They shouldn't, but I'm gonna still say win.
I'm gonna win. Yep.
This is a good one. Another team on the rise. Mary, you talked about them. I know you did. They had one of my favorite free agencies, the Houston Texans in Green Bay.
I gotta go lost.
Yeah, lost.
I don't think we're gonna be
good.
undefeated at home, but I'm gonna actually go against you guys and go win only because it's in Green Bay.
Okay.
It's a tough one though. Indy
But it's
in
Love.
Green Bay.
It's Love versus Stroud, though. That's
I know
hard.
it's gonna be great. And they had a free agency I love because they were future thinking, signing Daniel Hunter to a 2-year deal while
Yeah.
Stroud is on the cheap, and
Mhm.
Will Anderson's on the cheap was genius.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Trading for Mixon and signing to a 3-year deal during this window to see if he has anything left and they
Houston.
can still draft a running back. Love that move. Their roster building strategy exactly the way I love it, seriously. And the Packers, honestly, in some ways replicated that. Our only problem is we got a lot of dead cap. It's hard to pick Texans. Yeah, I agree. They're both going to be dangerous next year.
Yeah.
So I agree. Okay. Indianapolis in Green Bay. I'm doing all their home games first.
Ooh.
Win.
Yeah.
I'm going to win too. I know I'm undefeated, but Mary, what you think?
I said
Indy
win.
does have Richardson. He'll be back this year. The number 4
She said
pick or
yes.
3, whatever.
Yeah, she said win.
Yeah.
Win? That's what I thought
Yeah.
too. Okay. This gets fun. Miami in Green Bay. I'm going win.
Okay. Here's the thing. When are we playing Miami? Like
Well,
during
we
Right.
don't know. The schedule's not out. It
Dang.
could
No,
be in
like when do
it could be in
you
September, it
December.
could be in December.
Because if it's December, then I go a different way. But
So if I do one last live show when they do the schedule, if it's early enough in May, we should come back and do this again in May after the draft, because I'm going to do 1 or 2 lives maybe after the draft.
Yeah. Okay.
Chris says Green Bay, but close game. I'm going Green Bay versus Miami. I'm going Green Bay. What y'all got?
You guys have to remember, it's Joe Barry's revenge game too.
There you
so
go.
that's even better for us.
That's true. Yes.
Love it.
Yes. That's true.
Bill, what you saying?
I'm going to say win. I'll say win.
I cannot believe that Joe Barry got a job.
I know.
I'm serious. After what he did with us, misused the talent that we did have. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's 2 more home games. Luckily, we have 9 home. I can't remember if one of them's going to be Brazil or overseas or something, though.
One's going to be overseas, I think so. One's going to be in London.
We were candidates for that Brazil game for the opening of the season, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not favorites anymore, though. I saw that we're not favorites anymore.
Oh, really?
That would have been kind of fun, actually. But the New Orleans Saints in Green Bay, what do y'all think?
Win.
Win, yeah.
I'm going to win, too. Okay, here's the probable loss.
Yeah.
Unless you think they get revenge. San Fran in Green Bay. I'm going the Packers go undefeated at home. We're going to get some revenge and beat them. I'm going to win.
I think because San Fran has like troubles with us during season too.
Exactly. And I think they're going to have a Super Bowl hangover. I think they'll still be really tough, especially in the playoffs. And
remember,
LaFleur's got to beat this Shanahan curse that he has, but I do think we get one.
San Fran's defense has gotten worse too.
It has.
Young, but they got Devondre.
Yep. And they lost Kendricks, but you know that was the Cowboys all-in signing. Eric Kendricks. Bill, did you go win or loss on that one?
I went loss. I have them at 7-2 at home.
Mary, you were win, right?
Yeah.
Okay, our away games. This will be fun. Let's start with the easy one. Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a loss on the Detroit one on the road. Yeah. That's my first loss for them.
Yep.
Okay, Minnesota. I'm gonna go win.
Yep.
Jacksonville. What y'all think? That's an interesting one.
I got them losing. On the road in the heat, we don't hold up against well in the humidity. Depends on where time of year again too.
Yeah.
So.
You know what's sad is I'm contradicting myself because I just picked the Packers under on their 10.5, but I had them 9-0 at home, and they're not going to lose on the road. So I guess I'm actually over on them. I just actually think they're going to. This is a tough one. I don't really believe in Jacksonville. I'm going to go win.
Okay.
Mary, what do you think?
Oh Lord, it depends on like when it's played again because I'm planning on going to because it's like 6 hours away from me for Jacksonville. So I'm planning on going to this game.
There you go. That's awesome.
I don't want to see a lose.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to mark you for win. This is a good one. The Rams, who are going to be tough, I think. It's in LA.
I'll say win.
I say win, yeah.
I actually really like the Rams if Kyron Williams is healthy. They made some interesting moves. Now, Aaron Donald retired, but I really like them. I'm actually going to go loss. I have them as a sneaky tough team this year because I think Dallas is going to crater. I think Philly may be good. Who's the next one we play? They play Philly on the road.
Yeah.
A couple things happen this season. They're going to be a young team, so I actually think they're going to rise up for Philly and beat them. I got to win.
Okay.
You think we're going to beat Philly?
Yes, I do on the road.
Really?
I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
They lost Jason Kelce. He retired. I know they got Saquon, and I know they re-signed Gardner Johnson, but they lost Fletcher Cox and Kelce. Those are 2 huge losses, and they were a mess in that second half last year.
True. One thing I do have to say is Saquon Barkley always beats us.
Yes.
True story.
He runs. Yes.
And
fine.
It would be Xavier versus.
You know what? I can't have the Packers at like 13 wins. I mean, I'm about to. So you got me on the Saquon. I'm going to go to loss.
Yeah.
It would also be Xavier versus Saquon Barkley too.
Barkley
versus McKinney too.
The Eagles are like my biggest like boomer bust team of this year. I think they're either going to be explosive and go on a Super Bowl run, or they're going to kind of do what they did last year and flame out and barely make the playoffs and lose again. So Mary, you got loss for them, right? Bill, was that a loss or a win?
At Philly, I have a loss.
Okay. Next one, Seattle on the road.
I'm gonna say win. I think they win that one. I think
Me
they can
too.
beat them. I think they win.
Geez, I've got the Packers at 13. It looks like 13 and 14 and 3. Oh my gosh. Because the last game is the Titans, and I'm picking a win there. Wow. I had us 14 and 3. I'm way too optimistic. I'm gonna have to change that.
Yeah,
That's not gonna happen.
no.
Bill, you had a win there.
I
So
had
you had
no.
us.
I picked a loss at Tennessee.
Oh, loss. Okay, so
Yeah.
you've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
11
5,
and
6.
11
11 and
yep.
6.
11 and 6.
Oh man, I gotta. Mine's way too optimistic. Mary, was yours a win or loss for
I
Tennessee?
had a win. Yeah, I had a win.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
What?
Did you have 14 and 3 too?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think you did. Wow. Well, so we all picked over, and I just on my reels I said under. Oops. Well, whatever. That's not that insane of a schedule, really.
I
It's
think our
not.
schedule
No.
is kind of easy. I think it's kind of easy, especially for Jordan Love. Like, I don't know.
Depends on
Well,
how the defense plays. If the defense is better, which is kind of what I'm
Right.
anticipating.
And
Right.
here's the thing: we not knowing when we're playing these teams, early in the year, late in the year, that makes a difference
Right.
too. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
so that's
Like
yeah.
snowy. Yeah, like snowy,
Yep.
but not snowy. Yeah.
So we'll keep these, and then when the actual schedule comes out, we'll do another pick
Yeah.
on it.
If we're already in hiatus, Mary, what we'll do is before the season, during training camp, we'll come back.
Yep.
We'll have you on again, and we'll do this if we're already on hiatus, because I am planning on taking a break in May, but we'll see when they release the schedule. So we'll do it in May or August, okay?
Now, Mac is not planning on taking a break. We already have like 7 guests planned so
Oh
far.
wow!
So,
I just I need to for me, because I'm gonna hit it so hard this next season and try to keep getting growth and reaching new viewers and bringing new people on. I do have 2 awesome guys coming on next week. I'm gonna give them a quick shout out because we only got about 20 minutes for Mary's got to go. I've got Tom, who's a former pro or semi-pro wrestler. He's hopping on with me next week, and Jason, they're both Packer fans, will be joining me and Med next week. I've reached out to, I haven't told Bill about this yet. I reached out to Acme Packer Podcast, possibly in April as well. I reached out to a lot of guests the last week. Packers Talk Net, if I can pull it. I don't know if I'll be able to pull all these off before the show, but me and I've also got, Mary, I hadn't told you about this. I've got an 8-man mock in April 21st. Me, my dad, shots from the sideline, Link from American Football Network, biggest bench warmers. He's got the Chiefs.
right.
Pete from Foxborough Fellas. I'm trying to remember the last 2, if it's Vegas and then another guy. I'm trying to remember the other 2, but we have 8, and we're each going to have 4 teams. And we're going to run through 3 rounds of the mock draft on the 21st, like 4 days before the draft. And then if I can get a guest host, Med's got to work the day, so it'll depend. I wanted to do live draft coverage during the draft, but I'm not going to do it solo. Bill, I know it'll probably be too late, so it doesn't start till like 7. So maybe I can get you to start with me, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
But the Packers pick late. That's unfortunate because they're the 25th pick,
Yeah.
Unless they trade up for Cooper Dejean and get up to like pick 20, 21, 19, and they get the guy we all want them to get.
Right.
Okay, so segueing into that, if there was one player, I want to do a free agency one too, because mine's Justin Simmons.
Okay.
If there's 1 or 2 players or positions you want the Packers to target in this draft, let's start with position. What positions do you want them to target the most in the draft in the first 3 rounds? Mary, let's start with you on this one.
I would say offensive linemen.
I agree. That's one they got to hit.
One thing that I don't know if you mentioned this, Josh Myers is actually on his contract year coming up.
I'm not, and I did know that, and he's the guy left that I think is replaceable. My only concern, if Powers Johnson isn't there, as much as I like these tackles, I really don't want to do one first. There's corners, and it possibly Dejean or a corner. Corner. I don't know about linebacker at that position. I don't think that'd be a little bit of a reach, but I feel like there's going to be a corner, or if they got silly, a receiver, but we don't need one, that'd be available. I think there's several corners that are going to be there.
Yeah. So one thing I've noticed on mock drafts, because I've been doing one getting ready for tomorrow already,
Oh yeah, we
Powers
haven't pitched our mock draft.
Yes, Powers Johnson has actually been slipping off to like round 2 because of an injury.
Okay.
So I noticed that today.
Interesting. So maybe that's why I snagged him in mine.
Yeah, I was like, when I saw that, I was like, wait, what? Because Cowboys always kept taking him before me, and I'm like, no.
Okay, so offensive lineman. I want us to hit. I'm going to be honest. I really wanted to beef up this defensive line too, guys. We're going to a 4-3. We need a defensive tackle, and we need to beef up this pass rush. The pass rush didn't have enough juice last year. It was solid, but it wasn't outstanding. If there was a guy at 25 that fell, one of mine, I got stupid lucky. I got Dallas Turner, which would be ridiculous. Like, there are certain players that if they fall to 25, we just do it. I don't really care about the position. Bill, positionally, what's our biggest weakness in your position? Because, like, we've got a couple holes that are big.
I'm thinking, I mean, you can arguably go offensive tackle. I mean, that's, anywhere on the offensive line. Corner, and I would say edge rusher or defensive line. I'm thinking, though, if we can get a, Cooper Dejean or whatever, or even the Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama.
Kool-Aid.
Okay. I mean, the guy is 6'1", 195 pounds. He's going to be able to be, tall enough to handle some of those bigger receivers and push them around. Put him with Alexander, you got 2 shutdown corners. I mean, and that I think, we need that.
A lot of this comes down to our faith, Bill and Mary, in our 7th round picks. There's 2 on the roster that are either going to continue to be good for us or we're going to have to replace, because that's the way teams work. They see a 7th rounder, and unless they continue to produce, like, Wicks was awesome, late round pick, I think we got a steal there. But Valentine was a 7th round pick, and he played great. Can he be a long-term starter? And the other one that everyone's got a big question mark on that I liked, not that he was outstanding, but I liked, was Walker at tackle, because we've got a guard spot that's open. So I've seen a lot of tackles going for us in the 1st round. It comes down to the Packers' faith in Rasheed Walker and Valentine in this draft.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I think it's a position, both of those, that we're going to hit early, because there's 2 roster spots that we don't have filled at all right now, and they're free safety. And I want us to go sign Justin Simmons, and that right guard spot. We got Jenkins at the other guard. That's one of the best guards in the league, in my opinion. But we let Runyon go. We've got a position opening there. And like Mary alluded to, Myers is that's a great point, Mary. He's his contract year, so we might need to get 2 interior linemen, and possibly, if we don't believe in Walker, a tackle. I liked him last year, but I guarantee they're going to draft one at 1 point for depth at least, and I think they're going to go early. I'm just hoping if it's 1st round, I just hope it's a can't miss tackle. That's all.
When I was looking at the tackles, a couple guys just jumped out at me. There's this Troy Fontenot from Washington, 6'4", 317 pounds.
Yes.
And Joe Alt, Notre Dame, 6'7", 316. Yep.
So Joe Alt.
Yep.
I'm going to pull up the ringer. Mary, do you have any?
Wait, for what?
Tackles.
Let me check on my mock that I did with freaking.
Yeah, so we have. I hadn't pitched it yet. Me and Mary have a mock draft we're doing tomorrow night. I'm going to try to find a Vikings fan.
Okay.
He gave the guy, I DM'd him, Mary. I followed your lead. I'm trying to find a Minnesota guy to do an NFC North mock. I have a mock draft so I've got a busy night. I've got a mock draft with this awesome dude. Check out his YouTube. He's got like 11,000 subscribers. He's big. Mock draft guy. Me and him, I'm going to do the Pats. He's going to do the Jets. We're doing that tomorrow night. I haven't decided if it's live or not at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Me and Mary are going to do our mock at 8 p.m. And then I'm hopping on Packers with Borders at 9 p.m. without Borders. So busy night. Yeah. Wow. Mary's like, you've got an hour in between. I was like, you can do it. I was like, yeah, I already have 2 things I'm doing.
Wow.
she's like, but you have an hour here, Isaac. I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not busy.
Fair. We've been talking about collaborating for a while now.
Yeah, and look at that. It happened. Thank you for hopping on short notice, by the way. We both appreciate it a lot. Seriously.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know what happened with Brian Cheese. Hope to get him on sometime soon.
Yeah.
Joe Alt, I've heard, could go top 10, Bill,
Yeah.
Like he looks that freaking good.
Yeah. That's
Man, if Joe Alt fell to us,
dude. Oh yeah.
oh my gosh.
Right.
Like that would be awesome.
Yep.
Okay, I want to give Mary some time to talk about her show at the end.
Yes.
But I've got one more thing.
Okay.
Well, two more.
Okay.
There's one free agent left. If it's not Justin Simmons, is there a guy you want the Packers to go sign with our remaining money that's available? I could give you some free agents, but I just saw him as a position of need. He's a Pro Bowler coming off. I made a video today, literally just about Justin Simmons.
Yep.
Go do it. He's only 30. He's a Pro Bowler. We need a free safety. Xavier McKinney is a strong safety. Go do it.
Yes.
That's my pitch. Bill, your turn on this one. Is there anybody left out there or a position you want us to go sign for depth?
Oh man. Geez.
Also, on an ESPN mock draft, they have Joe Alt going number 7. He looks that
Really?
good. Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, I mean,
so-
you nailed it. He's awesome. I think he's going high. I think Tennessee might take him for Levis to protect him, especially after they're all in free agency.
Yeah, I don't.
Tennessee's been a weird team.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess safety. Obviously, if we can get another, man, that would be great. McKinney and that, but another. I don't know. I guess. Yeah, we got Jacobs now.
Okay, so
I guess.
I got some for you. You ready? Let
Yeah,
me give you some players. Okay.
Okay.
Gilmore for the Cowboys is still available. He's 33, but he's to me, he's not like you leave him on an island all the time. But he was a heck of a player from last year. Unfortunately, have to watch a lot of Cowboys. Honestly, he was arguably a Pro Bowler last year. He's still really good. For depth for a year or two, that could be good for us because I don't believe in Stokes, and I don't like Nixon at corner either.
Yeah, Stokes.
I just don't.
Yeah.
One thing, did you guys hear what Goody said about Nixon at corner though? He said he was really good at corner. At slot. during the conference, during the meetings for general manager.
Really?
When was he really good at corner?
Yeah, I don't see that.
I mean, he was better than expected, which the expectations were like me playing corner for the Packers. Like, did you like him at corner, Mary?
No.
Exactly.
No.
That's what Goody said. But again, Goody said Aaron Jones would be back on the Packers.
Yeah, well, there you go. Okay.
He nailed it. Safety Quandre Diggs from the Seahawks is available.
Okay.
Xavier Howard from the Dolphins is cut and available. He's coming off some injuries, though. Dory Jackson, corner from the Giants, is available. Steven Nelson, Titans, corner is available. I wouldn't do this. We don't need him. Odell Beckham is available, and Tyler Boyd. Those are not the type of guys I'd sign. Beckham,
no.
I don't want to spend money there. Like, the guy I wanted was T. Higgins. He's gone. So, unless they're trading for him. And
I was going to say, T. Higgins, last all I knew is he wanted to trade. Did he get it? Or no?
No. He got franchise tagged. They tagged him for 1 year. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
T. Higgins.
And then after that, it's the Calais. Did he sign somewhere? I thought he did. Calais Campbell. But honestly, we need a defensive tackle bad. Jamal Adams is available, but he plays the same position as McKinney, so same safety spot. J.K. Dobbins, but I wouldn't touch it. Micah Hyde was one that Mary talked about. He's 33. He's getting up there. Personally, I don't know if he can still. I don't know. Like before last year, if you talked to me, I might have thought so. I don't know. What did you think, Mary? Did you want that?
I don't know. Like we still have 33 available. Micah Hyde. Remember that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Good point.
His neck injuries is what scares me. He's been
and his age, and like
and
it's like Van Der Esch for the Cowboys. Once that neck goes, you're done. Like
he also had 2 neck injuries, I believe, with the Bills. Like with 2 neck injuries by itself, and plus I think he wanted to play nickel or something with the Packers, like when he first started. And we need a nickel cornerback though.
We do need a nickel corner. I kind of like him the idea of a nickel corner better than safety
for like a short-term deal, maybe like a 1 year, 2 year deal, maybe. Like
he's a guy I could see like being a part-time contributor, but I wouldn't count him as a full-time starter.
Yeah. Plus, he would be a veteran for the younger guys too when we
True story.
So
true
maybe,
story.
What about the Packers going back to the draft, taking Nate Wiggins?
Oh, I like that. If they took Nate Wiggins in the first, man, I'd be happy. As much as I like Valentine, because then this would solve our problem. Valentine can be our slot
Right.
corner. If
There you go.
Alexander, if he gets hurt, then we
Mhm.
can start Valentine and this new guy, because Alexander unfortunately gets hurt every other year.
Yeah.
So it works that out. Mary, I know you've got a hard deadline of about 10 minutes. So
Mhm.
unfortunately, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna hit
Wrap
some
up.
stuff next week. Let's do this really quick. Did
Don't
you
worry
guys
about it.
have one signing that you either loved or were just laughing at in free agency for another team? Because for me, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Woo! Go Atlanta. One more win. You bought yourself maybe one more for
Yeah.
180
Right.
mil.
Mhm.
Love it.
Wow.
Dude. Also, what were the Titans doing, guys? They spent the most money, and I still don't think they're going to be any good. What were they
Yeah, I
doing?
don't think so either.
Like overpaying 23 mil a year for Calvin Ridley? I don't know. I
think
don't
the
know.
one that
And they
got
traded for
me-
Snead.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say
And-
Snead from the Bears. Like what?
No,
what
from the
way-
Chiefs.
Or wait, no, he got
From-
traded to the Titans, but
Yeah. So the
Bears
Titans picked up L'Jarius Sneed. They
Yeah.
picked up the center Cushionberry. They got Pollard after letting Derrick Henry go, and they signed Ridley. They spent a bunch of money. He's Atlanta's problem. Now hopefully this helps in Minnesota in their rebuild. It may. I don't know
I
what they're
mean-
going to do with quarterback. They've got a tailor-made offense, the Vikings do, with Jones. They probably need to get another running back, but with, they've got Hawkinson, they've got J.J. Jefferson, they've got Jordan Addison. They've got weapons if they need a
yeah.
quarterback.
Yep.
But they obviously didn't believe in Kirk. So
No.
Yeah. The one signing that got me from a different team is DeAndre Swift from the Bears, like the running back from the Eagles. Like what?
deal? How much did he sign for? Was it like
It
$8
was
million a year?
It was like Josh Jacobs deal, I think. Like close to it.
That's wow.
Yeah, he signed for a lot.
Um,
Bill, did you have one that you that stood out to you that you either loved or was like, yeah, Swift signed a 3-year, $24 million deal. Swift got the
Yeah.
same money Pollard got going to Tennessee. And Barkley didn't get that much more. He only got I think it was like
Exactly.
11 million a year for the Eagles.
mhm.
Yeah.
I
I'm
did like
kind
the
of-
Barkley deal though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Barkley was a good deal with them.
That
Let me
could
look
be
here.
if it works out in Philly, the Saquon Barkley one. To me, guys, that could be like Christian McCaffrey going to San Fran. It could just unlock that offense. There's that one potential I could see.
hmm
Well, the Joe Mixon.
Ooh, that was a good one. I like that one. And the Daniel Hunter, they got Hunter from the Vikings. The Texans
God.
the Texans were one of my big winners. They went out and got
They,
those
yeah,
two guys.
I know, yeah.
They're gonna be good.
I mean, Houston now. I mean, you got a up and coming quarterback. You got a running game now. I mean, they're gonna be tough. They're gonna be
I
tough.
agree. Yeah, man. Well, I gotta say, I'm gonna give Mary a minute here, and any closing thoughts. I want to start doing a little segment at the end where everyone gets a minute to say whatever. But Mary's got to go do her own show, and I'll be on there tomorrow. I want to say thanks to 23 people that broke our record watching live. It's pretty awesome. I hadn't shouted it out. So 23 people watching on Blitz this week. We had like 180 with Vegas. That was amazing. So thank you for everybody for joining us during the off season. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'll be back next Friday. Bill won't be here. Me and Bill will definitely be back for at least another episode in April. Possibly, I kind of want to bring some people that are doing the mock draft with us, but we'll talk about it, or some Packer people. This fall, the one big change with Fun Football is I'll be doing Packer previews. I haven't decided if they'll be live or not yet. I'd like to bring on Packer people and break down the games of the week. And we'll do the recaps on lives of Fun Football. But that's all I've got. And thank you to Ohana for having us. We appreciate it. And we're excited to do this was the first of many collabs tomorrow night too. And thank you to Shady Sports for having us again, and to Med for making our intro video. Me and Bill were sitting here rocking out.
Yep.
I got a crazy prediction.
Oh.
I think that the Super Bowl, the team that makes the Super Bowl from the NFC is going to be from the NFC North.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Detroit or Green Bay. I really do.
I was going to say Detroit or Green Bay.
I don't
yeah.
think San Fran. I don't believe in anybody from the NFC South. So that leaves, if you believe in anybody else from the NFC West, which I don't, the Rams, maybe, sleeper. That's the only team. And I don't believe in the NFC East unless Philly takes off. I just don't see it. So that leaves Detroit and Green Bay. I think that's where we're at. We will see. I hope I'm right, because it'd be fun either way.
That would be.
Bill, we'll end with Mary. Bill, man, I hope you take some pictures on that cruise.
I will.
I'm so jealous. Bill, any closing thoughts on the Packers? Anything at all?
I think it's going to be interesting. Year 2, Jordan Love. He's already kind of made a name for himself already, kind of establishing himself with that young receiving core, taking the reins. I think now going into year 2, I think he'll even be more confident, more proficient with the offense, and they already were looking pretty darn good. I don't know what their actual ranking was. Got to be in the top 10, I would think, offensively. So I'm really excited to see them really gel. Those young receivers coming even more. And then, like I said,
Ninth.
the minus the Jones.
Ninth best offense.
Ninth. Okay. So, yeah. I'm thinking, the Jones things, we're going to still have to figure it out. But I think if we have a true run, just a gasher, just hit that whole 4 or 5 yards and just pound, that's going to force them to put an 8-man in the box, try to stop the running game, and that's going to open up holes for our, tight ends and wide receivers. I think we're going to have a pretty good offense. And defensively, I like so far what we've done. I hope that we can fill in a few more holes on defense through the draft, and they can step in right away. But I like the McKinney signing. I think that's going to bode well. I think we're gonna see some more turnovers this year.
Mary, I've got one last question for you about your show, and then I'm gonna let you go. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
What would be your dream guest if it wasn't Tom?
Oh, dang
What
it.
would be one person if you could bring on anybody, including a
Ooh.
player? If it wasn't Tom,
Wait.
let's say this is the segue to Tom. We get this person, then it's Tom. Okay,
Okay.
who would that segue be? Because if I could get a player on, or Ike, I'm gonna be honest, Ike Packers or anybody from Cheesehead. I really love Pack-A-Day Pod though. They're awesome, Bill. All these Packer shows, they're pretty big. Basarowski, I can't know if I'm saying it right. Productions is good too, but
yeah,
Ike or Cheesehead would be awesome. Who would you want to bring on your show?
We've already had a member from both of those podcasts, not Ike, but yeah. Well, not
You wait. You had somebody from Cheesehead on your show?
technically Dusty does Cheesehead TV. So yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, well there we go. It's problem solved. We're
Wow.
gonna do that. That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, I already DM'd him about you guys.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna reach out to him again. So
yeah, because those are the DMs.
So who's your dream though? Before Tom. Let's say this is gonna land you, Tom.
Okay.
Who would it be?
Oh shoot, this is all hard now. I would say a Packer player. If I could,
Yeah.
pick, I would say either Rasul Douglas, just because I'm wearing his jersey and he shouted me out "Happy Birthday" on my Twitter last season. So
Oh,
nice.
that's cool.
Or Ryan Grant, one of the running backs.
Mhm,
I
right.
know Ryan Grant did a podcast with Tom Grossi, so that would
Man,
be my
I would love
connection.
to talk with. If it was a former player, it would be so cool to talk with Amon Green or Charles Woodson.
Yeah,
That'd be so
Oh
sweet.
yeah.
or
dude.
Kurt Benkert, Kurt Benkert, what?
That would be so cool. Do you know him?
No,
That'd be
Tom does.
that'd be awesome. Tom does.
Tom for me.
Mary, because I know you gotta go. Remind everybody where to see your show, and anything last thoughts you got.
Did you not see my Twitter? I tweeted it out in the Twitter chat.
Hold on. The Twitter sphere. Hold on.
Oh,
I have
okay.
Twitter on my computer over here. Hold on.
Put it on there.
Hold on.
I tweeted it out.
While you're doing that, funny thing real quick. The hairstylist that my wife and I go to, her name is Jenny Cannon. Her husband used to be an offensive lineman for the Green Bay Packers during the Don Mikowski years. His name is Mark Cannon. So,
What?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, it is. So
See, I just think it'd be fun to cut it up with these people. Like, I don't really like care. Like, they've got big followings. I just think it'd be fun. Like,
Yeah.
man, like I almost went into journalism for a reason because like it was
Yeah.
like I wanted to talk with like a player who's like actually just I don't know. I just think that'd be awesome. Mary,
yeah.
I'm bad at it on the computer. I'll check it out in a second. What'd your tweet say?
It was on my.
I'm trying to find out. I'm so bad at Twitter on my computer.
So if you guys go under the lives, it says please watch tonight on this account. Twitter.
Okay, there you go.
Or Max.
What are you going to be talking about on Mac and Cheese tonight?
Yeah.
Do I even know? No.
I love it.
We did week 1 free agency the week that it started, so it was a tough week for us 3 to go through all of them. We did all the teams, all 32 teams. We did recovered their major free agency signings.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing that again this week.
Well,
and the new NFL rules with the ones that changed, like the kickoff.
You know, that's a good. We should have hit that more. That's good.
Yeah, the kickoff.
Good job.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And maybe a mock draft if there's time, because this is some of
Nice.
their first times doing a mock draft. So I was like, maybe we'll do one, maybe not.
I want to do one with Bill. I wanted to do one tonight, but I knew we probably wouldn't have time because we hadn't hit any free agency stuff at all. So
Yeah.
If you guys want to, please check out Mac. We covered
Okay.
free agency when it happened.
Okay.
And it's a mac and cheese. It's a mac and cheese. Her logo is actual mac and cheese bowl. Bill, it's awesome. I'm gonna send you a picture of it. It's really
okay.
cool.
I want to see that.
I'll get it off Twitter in a minute. I need my phone first though.
I'll have to wear my cheese hat next time too.
Yeah, you need to. I'm debating asking for. My wife got me some really cool stuff for my birthday, but for my dad, I'm thinking about asking for like a new. Like I kind of want to get that new Packer draft hat. It looks awesome.
I saw it.
I want to say thanks to the 28 people. That is awesome.
Wow.
To be gone for 6-7 weeks and come back stronger. I love it.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you everybody for watching. We are really close to our goal of 200 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Isn't that cool? She made that.
Wow, nice job, Mary.
She did good. I love it. Help us hit our goal of 200. Go subscribe to Mac and Cheese Pod on YouTube. Mary, how long do you have? You have to go in like 5 minutes, right?
No. I already told them we're not having a pre-meeting, so it's okay.
Okay.
We have a pre-meeting, but this week. Okay. So as I told you guys, Tom did sign my flag.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's
very
from the
cool.
local ice cream shop. My local ice cream shop.
That's
South
legit. Honestly, if you didn't have a show, I probably would stay on longer because I'm having fun. I know Bill's tired. I took a nap, so I'm. It's not fair. I took a nap before the show because I had the day off, which is just lucky.
Isaac, I know you mentioned doing the draft. It's kind of funny because I was literally just talking to Iowa Joe about this. I want to cover the draft so freaking bad, like this.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm totally
okay, so I'm going to broadcast it live. All right, so you guys just heard it here. We're going to broadcast the whole freaking 3 hours of the draft. And I'm going to try, Mary, if you're cool with that, I'm going to try to bring on people that certain teams, if I can pull it off. I don't know if I'll be able to. But I know I can at least get some Packer people in. Med's gone, but I might be able to talk NFL all day. I'm going to talk to some people, and I'd kind of like to bring on people from teams, and that's something me and Bill me and Matt are trying to do this fall, and I'm going to try for fun football too. I'm trying to make connections with people that cover every team, so during the season, instead of just Packers, we can bring. I want a Packer area here, and then for fun football, I want to be able to bring on people from different shows because me and Bill are going to need help with our picks. We'll have like one amazing week, and the next week will be like, ooh, we got 7 right. That was awesome.
Did you hear my idea about that? Because I literally said that on Packers Without Borders. Like that same idea.
Would you say?
I had the same exact idea. I want to do the same thing, but recorded, like the same exact
idea. I love
it.
That's okay. Very cool. I like it.
I also said the Packers would be winning the Super Bowl. I did predict that as well.
Which, man, if that happens, that would be the absolute best.
Yeah.
It's our timing because the draft is coming to Green Bay in 2025. So
yes, as long as this lease agreement doesn't put a nix in the whole thing.
I'm being confident about it.
I think it's just because they're trying to get at the right price. But I got to say, thank you, Bill, for doing this again with me in April. I'm excited to do it this season, dude. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Mary, thank you for joining. Go subscribe to Mac and Cheese.
Okay.
My show is on YouTube It'll be up there. I put it live on Twitter, Facebook. It's under Shitty Sports banner, and the audio only will be under Ohana. And I want to say thank you to everybody for watching. This is a lot of fun. I'll be back Friday next week. I think it's at 8 p.m. Eastern, I think. And I want to say thanks to everybody for watching. But for this episode of the Fun Football Podcast, go check out Mary's show right now, pretty much. That's why we're getting, that's the only reason that's why we're dipping. But we'll be back with plenty more. So I want to say thank you to everybody for watching.
Thank you, Mary.
Hold on, you got a comment there, Mary. There we go.
Yeah.
So go check out Mary's show. Mary, where can they see your show right now?
Yeah.
In a minute here.
Yeah, thanks. Whenever we start.
It'll be on Twitter, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be on my Twitter, actually, because Mac doesn't have enough followers yet. So please follow Mac, you guys. It's Mac Podcast 320, I think. 325.
I'll retweet it, too, so people can see it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be on my personal Twitter, just because that's how I set it up. And of course, I deleted my Twitter on my phone for the podcast. I think it's Mac Podcast 325 or something like that.
Next time, I'm going to have you put your Twitter handle in the... I like putting host of mac and cheese, though. That was...
Yeah, well,
yeah,
because I am the host of it. And it's also on Ohana Adventure Podcast on YouTube. It's live there. Well, yeah, it is. And because tonight I am working on 3 chats at the same time tonight. So if I don't see your chats, I'm so sorry.
She's running, so she's doing, Bill, she's running the social media. Like
wow.
Ohana asked me to do TikTok and I couldn't even log in. And I totally understood her pain because I do our social media, but then I started the Facebook. So Med does all the video. I do all the social media, and honestly, what I've had to do for my sanity is I just tag podcast boys and all that crap, because otherwise I'm spending like 8 hours a day on social media, and I work full time, and I'm like, I can't do it. Like, so seriously, hard. If we ever get it big, I'm hiring somebody to do social media, because it's a freaking job.
Wait, I already said I would do it. I already said I would do it.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take you up on it, and we're gonna talk about it later, because it's like my personal Facebook is attached to it. But I'm gonna probably, I'm gonna add you as a user on there. There's a way to do it, so I'm gonna have you help with it for sure. Because you know it's a job. It's a job. Social media is nuts.
It's tough, you guys.
It takes so much time.
I get to see all the time too that you guys send to like Ohana. I get to see all of those, and it's tough.
Yep.
Because it's like most of them, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Most of them are bots on Ohana's page.
Really?
So because like they get all like the big fishies like Isaac and I were talking about. They get all the big accounts coming through there. Like I keep checking if Tom is like following them too. I can see because I have access to their Twitter account, so I can see who follows them. So that's how I get more people.
Okay.
Sorry, I know, Joe.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for joining us, Mary. I know you got to go do your show. So we'll I'll be retweeting. Go check out Mary's show right now. This is kind of perfect.
Yep.
It's like a network. Like we're pitching to another show. What do you know? It's working. We should do that more often. I kind of like that idea of like segueing into the other one. I think it's smart.
Yep.
Sure. But Mary, I will see you tomorrow night. Thank you for joining us on short notice. We appreciate it. Bill, thank you so much. All the people watching, thank you. Go subscribe. Fun Football Pod. Go subscribe to, it's just Ohana Sport Packers, right?
It's Ohana Packer Edition.
Ohana Packers Edition. Go subscribe to Ohana Packer Edition. And I feel bad if I don't say it. Go subscribe to Shots from the Sideline. He is not here. He's on a trip this weekend. I'll be back next Friday. Me and Bill will be back in April. And in the meantime, I'm going to be throwing, I hadn't said this yet, I'm going to be doing a bunch of mock drafts this weekend. So there'll be stuff on Fun Football Pod all weekend long over Easter. Hope everybody has a good Easter. And we will see you again very soon. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.